Videos are one of the effective means of closing potential customers. It actually yields one of the highest returns on ad spend for the advertisers. But many real estate agents are leaving opportunities on the table by not using the video for their marketing. Question is, do you know how to use videos effectively in your marketing campaigns? In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step process to set up a video ad campaign through Facebook and how you can leverage this video for maximum result. Okay, there are a couple of steps involved to create the video view ad campaign, and I'm going to walk you through the steps one by one. First, you can see here the step is to create the video. Okay, so you first need a video of some kind to create the ad. Okay, so it can be of any style, like it can be based on information style like this one we created here, home selling mistakes like this. So this can be simple video like this, or you maybe take a footage of your property that you want to buy or sell, advertise. So that can be a drone footage or any kind of video that you want, or can be local interview videos or self recordings, anything you can do. Okay, but one thing you should remember, it doesn't have to be big. Always think about the local audience, or keep in mind that who will be the person watching this video. So try to create videos that will match up with the interest of that target audience. Okay, do not create videos targeting both buyer or the sellers. I try to keep it in the either side or one-sided. Okay, so you can also use sites like fiverr.com or any other sites to create the videos. Okay, so that being said, I assume that now that you have a video, so let's move to the other steps. The second steps will be to upload the video in your page. Okay, so you can that's very simple and straightforward. What you should do is you can come over here on your page. Obviously, as a real estate agent, I expect that you should have a Facebook page at least. So you come over here and upload the video from this link here. Okay, so once you upload the video, it will be here under the publishing, under the insights. You can go to the videos tab and it will be visible here. Okay, so that's step 2. Okay, now once you upload the video in your page, the next step would be to create an ad campaign with this video view or ad objective. Okay, so one thing I should mention here, that you can start setting up the video view ads without uploading in the page, because let me show you how does it work and what do I mean by that. That means you can upload the video inside the ad directly as well, or you can upload to your page first and then create that. Either way it will work. Okay, so you'll understand in a moment. So first you need to go to create ad. Okay, it's very simple. I'm just starting over. So your objective will be based on video views. Okay, so obviously you need to gather more views for the video. So that should be your objective for this type of ads. So remember, our goal is to get as many views as possible using these particular video. Okay, our goal is not to collect leads or anything else. That's the next step. But first we need to create first we need to come up with a segment of audience who we know for sure that they are engaged to our brand or the page somehow. Okay, so how do we know that? So we can later on find out the people who have watched a certain percentage of our video. So that's a sign that they are engaged or interested in a video or in such type of content. So let's just go to the next step. So once you create, so select the campaign objective video views, and then select the country of or zip code that you want to target to 7401. So I would recommend gathering as many nearby zip codes as possible, or maybe targeting the state based on your operational area, the where you are working. So you will select the locations and the audience here. Okay, so do not select broad whole country-wise interest, because that will kind of skew the results, because you want to target people mostly from your nearby areas. So try to keep it within the areas that you are operating. Okay, so others are self-explanatory. I would not mess up with them. Maybe you can select the age of a bit higher, maybe 25 plus to 65. Okay, and for the detail targeting, always think of the videos end users. For example, if I'm targeting the seller part of the real estate, so I'll be entering the interest, like who are likely to move or something like that. Okay, so it's very self-explanatory. Do not complicate it. You can select a broad interest here, maybe something like first-time home buyers, for example. I know it's very broad, okay, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so first time home buyer. Okay, this is home buyer, so it can be a broad, or it doesn't matter. Okay, try to keep the potential reach as high as possible, because that's the way you can show the video to a higher number of people. But do not worry about being very narrow, because we will narrow down the audience based on the views. Okay, amount of views that they have, or the time they have viewed the video. Okay, so next is, I recommend for the placement, I recommend only to target the mobile devices, because that will keep your costs low. So if you can target desktops as well, but your video cost per view will be higher in that case. Okay, so nowadays everything being mobile, so I recommend targeting to mobile only, and remove all these things from audience network, Instagram, and all these things. Try to remove. It's not necessary. I would only suggest keep the feeds. Okay, because that's where the most views will be generated. So you can play with Instagram and others, but for the real estate, I don't see any good results with the Instagram. So that being said, always keep your budget. Maybe I would recommend from $10 to $20 per day, and see how it goes. There's nothing else to choose from here, because everything else I would keep it as it is. And moving on the next step, this is the step number 3. So where you will be creating the actual ad. Like I said a moment earlier, that you can upload the video directly here, or you can use an existing post like this, okay, from your page. For example, if the page is Real Estate Agents Network, okay, so I can come over here and select the existing post of the page. So if you already upload the video to your page, you'll come up here, use the existing post, and then select the video that you want to target, like this. If you do not have if you have not uploaded on your Facebook page already, so you can come over here, create a new ad, and upload the video directly from here. Either way, it's fine. Okay, but so that's what I wanted to mention. And always remember to keep your Facebook pixel open, okay, so that you can track the metrics, because without this you will not be able to track the metrics. That's very important. You can add a call to action button, or without call to action button is fine. For now, our main objective would be to get as many views as possible. Another thing I want to mention is the thumbnail of the video. Try to keep it something very attractive, or very simple. Do not use, because for this one is not a good example of a good thumbnail, because there are a lot of text on this video. As you can see here, Facebook is already showing that there are a lot of text in the video, so my reach will be slightly lower. So I recommend using a graphic or something visually appealing with as less text as possible as your video thumbnail. Okay, you don't have to it doesn't have to be super high quality. Just create something that will draw attention of the customers or potential viewers. Okay, that will do it. That will be so now if I click the confirm, it will be submitted. So that's step 3 here. Step 3 is set up the video ad campaign with video view. So now that you have set up the video, let it run for 1 or 2 days. Then comes the interesting part. We will do something more with this video. Okay, so we'll utilize these video views and create a custom audience. That is step number 4. So what you can do now is to do so, come over the audience tab here. I'm leaving this page, and you come the create audience tab, click on the custom audience and select the engagement. Okay, and from the engagement select video, and now from here you will select the content an engagement type. You can see here people who viewed at least 3 seconds of the video, 10 seconds, 25, 50, 75, 95%. Okay, so since you will be operating in the local area, so I recommend targeting people who has watched at least 10-50% of the video. 10%, 10 seconds is also fine. You can play with this, but let's just start with 50% of the video views, and then choose the video. That means you need to point out which video will be used for this audience. So you can select the video, come over here and select the page that you own, real estate network. So let's just example, for this example here will be this will be the video we want to target. So now that we have selected the video, what it will do now, Facebook will select will create a custom audience of people who has watched at least 50% of this video. Okay, so that's very powerful. So if you have like 5 or 10 different videos of same kind, for example this one targeting sellers, so if I create another video with by targeting the sellers, I will come over here and just select as many videos as I want for this target audience. Okay, so now just give it a name of this audience, for example sellers, or the seller audience, for example in the area Texas, like this. Sorry. Okay, so you can give it a name. Okay, just be something that you can keep remember. So once you come over here and you select next, your custom audience will be created. Let's see, here is this you can see here the custom audience is created here. It's now populating the number of people, and once give it some time, maybe for 30 minutes or so, you will see a number here. Okay, so once the audience size, as the video views increases, your audience size will be increased here. So that's step number 4, creating a custom audience. So now to make it even more sweet, what we can do now is, let's say you have an audience of size of 1000 here. Okay, because if the size, remember, if the size is very low, it will not show up. Okay, so you need to have some sort of engagement in the video first. So what you can do now is create a lookalike audience to find even further people. So to target to create a lookalike audience for these for the same nature. Okay, so how can you do that is you can just come over here and create the lookalike audience. So that's a step number 5, right? Create lookalike audience of that custom audience. So now you select the source. That means from which custom audience you want to create the lookalike audience. For example, if I just scroll down, I can come over here and I can select the seller audience Texas. That means that's the custom audience I just created, and I can also select the location of this audience. Okay, that means obviously within United States if you are operating in the USA. So that's audience. That means now I am telling Facebook to create a lookalike audience of based on the seller audience that I just created out of my video views, who are located in the United States and now who are most likely relevant. You can see there is 1 to 10, so 1 being most closer. If you select 2, it will be a bit broader, so I recommend selecting 1 for now and then moving on to the other audience sizes. That means if you select 1, it will find the people who are most likely or who are most closer to this audience. Okay, so if you select 2 initially, the audience size, it will be a bit skewed result. Okay, so you will not find those audiences may not be as relevant to these audience, so always go with 1. Okay, so that's step number 5. Just create a lookalike audience here, and it will be lookalike audience will be created here. Now what you can do in the next step is just simply go ahead and create the ad using both the custom and lookalike audience. Now that, because if you so now let's think about it. So you created a video for targeting either a sellers or home property sellers in your area. So now you created a custom audience of people who have watched at least 50% of the video. So that means these few people who have watched 50% of this video that you have created is most likely interested in selling a home, right? So what you are doing here now is creating a more lookalike audience. That means you are telling Facebook that find me more people who are likely to this audience. Okay, and then in the next step you can still target another ad or another campaign for these, simply just for this audience. So I think you can realize the power of the videos now, because if you are targeting with just interest, you will not be able to precisely tell who is your target audience exactly. So by showing the videos to a certain audience, you are now validating that these people are most likely interested in selling or buying. Okay, so and the last step for creating the ad, so let's say you have created another ad, this time for example for lead generation or maybe for the traffic to your website, whatever your objective is. So let's just assume that you want to collect leads out of these videos, or maybe you want, so for example if you want to send this traffic, send them to your website. So you select the traffic objective, you come over here, continue, you select the website. Now in the targeting phase here, that's the interesting part, you instead of targeting the locations or the areas, for example previously, when you are creating the video views, what you are doing is you come over here and select the zip codes and all these things, etc. So but when you create the second video like this, instead of selecting the location, you will select the custom audience. Let's see this custom audience you can see that this custom audience is populating here. So now this video, this particular ad will be displayed to the custom audience that you have created and their lookalike audiences. That means that will be they were most likely to engage because they already know about your brand, or they have some sort of interaction with your page already. So now that you can show them another ad, it can be for property or open house, it can be for valuation, anything you want. Okay, so they are now most likely to respond even better. Okay, so the rest of the steps are the same as the first as I showed, so I'm not going to walk you through the steps again, but you get the idea now. So I think you should be able to understand the power of videos and how you can use these videos for your real estate business. We have created a step-by-step guide to create your own video retargeting campaign through Facebook ad. Go ahead and download it from the link in the description and share your thoughts by leaving a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.